I want to move to another country that is awesome and cheap. This is what I said to myself about 4 years ago when I just finished high school in Germany. And then I moved to Bali. But no, the answer is obviously not Bali. I mean, it was awesome and fun, but I couldn't imagine living there for too long. After like 5 months, I really wanted to go to another country and stay in Europe for various reasons actually, such as safety, infrastructure, even money, and also being close to my family. And I probably found one of the best European countries to live in with just 1,000 euros per month while living an amazing lifestyle at the same time. Hey everybody, it's Rico, and in this video I'm going to present you the best European country to live in if you don't want to or if you can't spend more than 1,000 euros per month. Imagine you're on a plane, on the way to your new country, and you left everything behind. Maybe you're with someone, maybe you're on your own, you got 2 suitcases, maybe 3, but you're ready for a new chapter of your life. And this is exactly how I felt in 2019 when I flew to Cyprus. Coming from Asia, Bali, the first few days definitely felt very different, but also special at the same time. I thought to myself, maybe this feeling will fade within the next few weeks when I'm used to everything, but no, this never happened. Even now, after 3 years, I still love Cyprus every day. I'm so thankful that I chose Cyprus and that I'm able to live an amazing lifestyle here. And probably one of the best things here in Cyprus is that it can be so cheap to live here. So why do I actually think that Cyprus is one of the best European countries to live in with just 1k a month? Well, the first reason is that it is so cheap to rent a nice property here compared to Central Europe. For example, you could get a detached house with your own private pool and even a sea view for less than 1,000 euros. And before some people comment, no, it's not possible, I have another video where I show my previous house with a pool and the sea view, and I was paying 470 euros. The video is like 1 year ago, but you can still find such properties today. Of course not every day, but if you look a little bit into the marketplace and you do a little bit of research, it's still possible and no one can argue with that. Also, high-end properties like the luxurious ones, they are also relatively cheap. For example, I have a friend that is living in central Paphos in a completely new building. He has the penthouse apartment and he has a pool on his roof and he's paying 2,500 euros every month. Also another friend that is living close by, he has his own detached villa, fully glassed out. His house is on a cliff with a complete sea view and his own private pool, very modern everything, and he is paying about the same as well. Whereas in some other cities you can be lucky if you get a 3-bedroom apartment, 120 square meters for the same money, aka Munich, Germany. When I first moved to Cyprus about 3 years ago, I lived in Limassol, which is like the most expensive city here in Cyprus, and we paid 1,000 euros per month. It was the 3 of us and we shared the rent, so every one of us paid 333 euros, and sharing in general makes sense if you're on a budget. Today I live in Paphos in a pretty nice, modern, clean 2-bedroom apartment and I'm paying 450 euros every month. For that, in some countries you will not find anything. And now that I saved so much money within the last few years, I will probably move to something bigger and more fancy. However, there is no rush for me personally. I'm just saying that it would be possible. The second reason on why Cyprus is one of the best countries to live in with 1k a month is actually the low living costs as well. Even though Cyprus is a very popular tourist destination and a lot of tourists come here every year and everything is expensive for them, for people that live here on the island, it can be very cheap if you know where to buy things and what to do. Let's talk about groceries, for example. My diet is very basic, so I pay about 200 euros every month for everything that I need. Also, of course, I go eat outside from time to time, but the prices, they are pretty normal compared to Central Europe. It's not like super expensive, but it is also definitely not cheap. It of course depends on where you eat as well. I like food. And some people argue that, yeah, you have to pay taxes, you have to pay social insurance, you have to pay this and that. Of course, but actually this is the same in every country, so it doesn't make sense to say Cyprus is expensive because of that. And actually, Something very interesting is that Cyprus has huge tax benefits for people that move here and that are entrepreneurs, digital nomads, freelancers, self-employed and such kind. So if you're such a person, definitely check out my other video about tax benefits in Cyprus. Something else that is very cheap for the locals and people living here are the service costs. For example, I own a car and the mechanics here in Cyprus, they are really cheap. Getting new tires, other spare parts or just repairing my car really costs not a lot of money compared to Germany. Also the MOT, so like the official certification that your car is ready to drive on the streets, it costs 40 euros and lasts for 2 years. Other service providers such as gardeners, plumbers, cleaners, if you would need those, they are also really affordable here. So basically everything that tourists don't need or want, those things are very cheap. On the other hand, things that tourists want, such as car rentals, Airbnbs and fancy restaurants, they are really expensive. Especially during summer, with a lot of tourists and high demand for all of those things, the prices seem to be high. But if you're living here, it's just another story. Anyway, coming to the third reason why Cyprus is one of the best European countries in my opinion, it is the amazing lifestyle and the people. Ever since I'm living in Cyprus, I just feel so much happier and also more relaxed in general. The locals here, they are really easy to deal with, very relaxed people, and the tourists, especially in summer, it's awesome to meet a lot of new friends and people. So it's like the perfect balance. And something that I really love is that a lot of the cool, fun, amazing activities you can do here on the island, they are actually completely free. For example, going to the sea, swimming, having a picnic, going hiking in the mountains and even going skiing and snowboarding in the mountains during winter is possible here as well. But now I will give you a realistic overview over your monthly expenses here in Cyprus. Let's start with the rent. Let's say you want to live in an apartment as I do, 2-3 bedrooms. You will pay about 500 euros for that. Next is the utilities, and for that you pay about 150 euros every month. So meaning water, electricity and also internet. In some rental contracts you don't even have to pay the water because the landlord is paying for that. It's very individual here. Groceries, for me, as I said, it's 200 euros. Let's say you pay 250 euros, which is realistic. So combined we are at 900 euros now and we have everything covered that we need to survive. And that means we even have 100 euros left for other things that we want to do. Going out for food, having fun with friends or just saving or investing money. This of course is very individual and personal. It doesn't apply to everyone because it requires having no liabilities, no debt somewhere and also being good at money management and just aware about where and how you spend your money. But I just want to show you that it is actually possible and it could be possible for you as well. Let's say it is plus minus 200 euros at the end of the day, at the end of the month actually, but who really cares because you can live on an island with a beach, palm trees, amazing people, a lot of sunny days and that for really not a lot of money. And that leads to reason number 4 and that is the easy setup and how fast you can actually move to another country. Most people are so afraid of actually leaving their home country because they see all of the problems and obstacles that are in the way, but in real life, once you've done it, you will realize how easy and cheap it can actually be. Generally speaking, you could move to another country within just 1 month if you do it the right way. But before you go now, there are some things you absolutely need to know about, so watch this video about the moving abroad checklist and all the checkboxes you need to tick off first.